wish that I could love like you. That weekend we were sleeping in that London hotel.
Hi.
Hi.
Just gonna introduce myself real quick. So I'm May from Med 107.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me all right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I think I just wrote a really amazing song today, so I'm excited.
Oh, that's great. Can't wait to hear. Great. Shall we start with the questions?
Let's do it.
Okay, so your new album called How I'm Feeling has 21 songs, right? And I'm just
Yeah.
feeling a lot of different vibes. And I think you have like totally like 6 characters or
Yep.
7 was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6 characters plus normal me.
Yeah, plus normal you. I just wanna ask you to talk us through the process of creating this album, How I Feel.
Yeah, so I basically when I wanted to start making the album, I was really in a bad headspace and I was trying to figure that out and figure out what was going on, and then I was diagnosed with depression and OCD, and I started dealing with that in therapy and like medication and stuff, and as I started to get better, I started to get the concept of the album and how I wanted it to be about, this like
Yeah.
embracing all different parts of myself and just having fun and expressing all of it, because I think I was
Yeah.
coming too low that I just wanted to have fun and make something that was fully expressive, and so that's why there's like 21 songs and so many different vibes.
Yeah, so many, but also relatable. Because as you said, I think all of us have those characters within us, right? It's just like
Exactly.
different or at different moments, your alter ego comes out to play. Would
Yeah,
you say so? Yeah.
definitely.
So your new single, which is on top 10 of our top 40 chart at the radio station, Modern Loneliness, which is a quite sincere, which is a quite sincere look on age of social media, I would say.
Yeah.
So you once said we live in a world where a lot of people are afraid to really express themselves and to truly be themselves or express who they truly are. I just want to ask you why you think that is, or why you think we tend to create a different persona when we're online or when we're on
Yeah, I mean,
Instagram,
I can
Live,
explain
or
why I'm that way. I think, I can't speak for everyone, but I think growing up, it's like I've always wanted to try to find a way to be accepted, because we all need love and we all need acceptance. And sometimes the
Yeah.
easier route, it's really hard, because as humans, we're always growing and evolving. And sometimes it's hard to be honest with ourselves, or it's hard for me to be honest with myself and how I'm changing and who I am. And sometimes it's easier to create like, I don't know, to create like just a version of yourself that you think people will accept. And also there's so much emphasis on having like a quote unquote personal brand,
Yeah.
whether or not you're an artist or you're just like any person,
Yeah.
exists.
Whether you're like
And,
on brand right now, right?
yeah. And it's like, you know what, like I get it, but at the same time, it's just so bad for our mental health, because like we're ever changing. We're not one thing. And
Yeah.
I think it's can be hard,
And I think that's the beauty of us all, right? There's many
Yeah.
sides to a person, and
Yeah.
I would like to talk about how you really keep things real and honest on your IG.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to make your followers seen and heard from you being so vulnerable sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, it's as much as an exercise for me to learn how to just not care so fucking much about, what people think of me. And it's also just like, I just want to just have fun with it and not overthink it, I guess. And hopefully people feel that, I guess.
Yeah, I think that we definitely do. I do. So on to a more serious question. Your previous albums are more about romance, where all the songs more or less are about love.
Yeah.
And this one is a lot. You dive in a lot you talk about different emotions and characters. There's like 6 versions of you. If you can talk us through all the characters that you created for this album.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, there's existential, which I think they all kind of speak for themselves. Existential, the part of me that thinks and ponders everything and questions everything and is, can get stuck in my head. Then there's hopeless romantic, which was really like the original LAUV, like just very all like obsessed with love and blah 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 blah. That whole thing.
Yeah.
There's goofy, just weirdo, just a weird, crazy person inside of me.
Yeah.
The fuck boy that's just, it's like,
That's the one with the orange hair, right?
that's the orange guy. That's like
Yeah.
the inner, I don't know, that's just like owning, like, I don't know what the right term for it is. I don't know if that's a term you guys use, but
Mhm.
it's definitely fueled by ego, I'll say.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
egotistical.
Yeah.
And then there's spicy, and
Mm-hmm.
is positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which character was hard to film, or where you really have to put on an
Fuck
extra?
boy, that one is so
Right,
annoying
that's
to
what I
play.
thought.
You feel so like, I feel so like ashamed, you know. I feel like, which is, you know what, is good and bad, because there's, I mean, being egotistical I don't think is a good thing, but there's a time and place to embrace like your confidence, and to embrace your, even like your sexuality, like you can embrace like your energy. And sometimes I
Yeah.
feel ashamed to do that. I feel like it's like wrong, but there's a balance. The concept of the album is balancing the different characters within you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why do you think all of us were so connected during this age and time, right? How are we still feeling so isolated? And like you said, some are depressed, but
Yeah.
we're all so connected. But you think it's the surfacing connection that us, say, millennials are having or dealing with?
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
why do you think we just constantly feel alone, yet we have just so many friends, right? And followers, and the likes give us this
yeah,
this this high. Yeah.
yeah, because I think a lot of social media is definitely, it is just like a drug. You know, you take a lot of drugs. You know, you take it, and I mean, I'm not a scientist, but it's like, oh, you release a lot of serotonin or whatever it is. You feel amazing, but when that wears
Yeah.
off, you feel like shit. You feel awful. And I think there's a lot of these like really surface connection. There's a lot, and you have a lot of it. So you're like, oh my god, like I know so many people. But it's like, think about how often you sit down and you have a conversation, the kind of deep
Right.
conversation that creates like a best friend. That like
Yeah.
doesn't, I feel like that there's less of that and more of like just knowing people for the sake of knowing people.
Yeah.
And then I think also, at least me, it's like I'm not very good at being alone because I always have a distraction. And so when you actually are alone, or when I'm actually alone, I realize that I don't maybe even have the best relationship with myself, you know? And if you do,
Yeah.
I don't think you're as lonely. You know, I have friends who are really good at being alone, and they don't get so lonely because when they're not with people, they're good with themselves, you know?
They could with themselves. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for doing what you do best. I feel like what you're doing best is making all of us seen and heard through your music, and that's just very beautiful, honestly. And
I
that
appreciate
you're
you.
that you're so raw and vulnerable, and just being so relatable for each and every one of us, especially during this time of this pandemic.
No, I mean, I'm just doing what feels right to me. So
Yeah, so many of our midsters, that's how we call the people that are tuning into our radio stations, are requesting modern loneliness, because they're just like, I just can relate to, and it's a song for this period of time. So
yeah.
just want to say thank you for that, and I
Yeah.
hope you keep on being you, because that's just so good for all of us.
Oh, I
To really,
appreciate you. Thank you for being so sweet and for all the support.
yeah. And last but not least, is there a message you wanna leave for your Thai fans, or for our
Yeah.
midsters at the
Yeah, I
radio?
just want to say, first of all, thank you guys so much. I wish I could be there right now, and I'm going to come
Yeah.
back as soon as I can. And we can, yeah, I'm just excited to be able to play music and we can all vibe. And I just also miss Thailand in general.
Yeah, you've been here last year. You came here last
Yeah.
year, yeah?
Oh, I
So
love it.
great.
I want to explore more of Thailand. You know, I haven't gotten much of a chance to explore more. And
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate you guys. So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking this
Yeah.
time. And can I see Billy once again before we say
Yes.
bye? So
Yes.
cute. Billy, hi. Hi, boo. All right, love. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Wish that I could love like you, that